Jade, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Oh, hey guys, sorry. I thought I was recording, but maybe it was not. But I am now again.
We just
Um,
celebrated Kira Rouse
2000
2000 plus for those watching
plus.
the recording. There was great celebration in the land.
Yay! Okay, guys. Well, I'm super pumped that Becca put out the one word challenge. And this is something that we've been doing for many, many years. Kimberly kind of started it and we've kind of trickled it down. And so, um, if you're not 100% sure what it is, we just um, kind of get vision for the year. And I usually pray about it and kind of ask God for what word that He'd have for me. And yeah, so I'm super excited. I'll go first, and then I would love to hear y'all share. Mine is infinite, and this is really my year to continue to build my business, and I want to get my goal is to get to NMD again. So it takes 5 sales coordinators and 3 POB to get to national marketing director. And so in 2018, I'm just going to do that again. That's my picture. And so for that, we just have to I have to have the mindset that there's an infinite amount of people. There's an infinite amount of people that want to join the business and that want to get started on Juice Plus. And so many leaders will talk about the line to infinity, that sometimes we can get stuck on the person in front of us that says no, when there's a line of infinity, like an infinite amount of people that are waiting, for us to share with them. So, and then when I looked up the word infinite, just on like dictionary.com or whatever, the description was, infinite. And they used the example, the infinite mercy of God. And I was like, that is so awesome that dictionary.com is using the infinite mercy of God. Because that's definitely what I've experienced and want to give that out this year to everyone that I encounter. So infinite. Boom.
Love it. I'll
Who's,
share mine next. I know I
yeah.
shared with you they were on here last week, but I actually finally looked at the official definition of my word, which is committed. And the definition is feeling dedication and loyalty to a cause, activity, or job wholeheartedly dedicated. I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I chose this word. Because there's so many things that I'm thinking I need to become more committed to. Um, and not just everything that flies by night, but certain things. And so I'm super pumped about that, including NMD and helping my team reach their goals. And then NMD will just happen, which is awesome. It's a win-win business, y'all. Who's next?
I'll go. I got a word. Intentional, which is done on purpose or deliberate. And for me, that is in everything in my life, but specifically with my business is going into a room with intention to talk to people. Or I went to a luncheon last week at work that I didn't go with anybody, but I went with the intention to find someone to sit with that I either don't know and need to get to know better, or someone that I really like and want to have on my team. And that's the direction I ended up going. And I was in line and I'm like, hey, Andrea, got anybody to sit with? Nope, perfect. Neither do I. So having that intention when I walked in the room, but with every conversation, do it with love and intention, not with Juice Plus on the mind, but like with love and intention.
Love it.
I'll
That's
go next.
awesome.
I'll go next because that I have the same word, but to me, I feel like it has a different meaning. Mine is intentional, and I kind of came across it. Someone else had shared it, and I wasn't really sure what I was going with. And it just hit me like I felt like that's it. That's my word, and I just want to do everything with intention. So I've really worked on blocking off my schedule and whatever I'm doing, just being very intentional about that. Like when I'm seeking the Lord, I'm seeking the Lord. When I'm working Juice Plus, I'm doing that. When I'm with my family, I'm doing that. And very shortly after I saw that, I came across something, and I don't even know where it was, but it said, if you're too busy to seek the Lord daily and read the Bible, then you're busier than what God intended for you to be. And it just kind of hit me, and I felt like to me those went together. And so, yeah, that's our word. And I kind of have made it our family word, and we've really worked on scheduling like our whole family so that we can just enjoy our time together, but still get a lot done. So
That's awesome.
I'll go next. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. I'm driving. So my word for 2018 is determined. And this is just going to be the year where I do what I'm going to say. Like, I so often in my past have been really excited about things and say that I'm going to do them and really wholeheartedly feel like I'm going to do them, and then I talk myself out of them because of fear or self-worth or whatever it might be, and I'm just really getting sick of that. So I am changing that this year, and already this year has just been amazing. So I'm excited to see all that happens just from that word. And this was a word, actually, I prayed about it on my way home from an image seminar, and it just like God just put it right in my head. So I'm going with it.
It's awesome. Love it.
Okay, I'll go. Mine
Go
is kind of like Nikki's. It's not determined. Mine's conquer. So I guess more or less I'm just, there's a lot of things that I need to overcome within the company. I need to push myself to just put myself out there and just to be confident in myself. And so I have a lot of things that I want to conquer within myself and within the company too. So it's mine.
Someone was going to go earlier. Was that you, Tara, that was going to go? Go for it.
Sorry, I was trying to scroll over to hit the mute. Okay, so mine is going to be freedom. And I was just thinking about my life last year and like how I would like to look in the future and going over my 3 years, 5-year goals that I want for our family. And just freedom kept coming to mind, like not only with my work business, but spiritually as well. So I think, to be able to move freely and unrestricted in our business. And then mainly like free to give, free to serve, free to go. And I was looking at Bible verses this week, just kind of trying to plant my main verse, but like I've realized like in Psalms, John, and Galatians, like it talks a ton about freedom and like what that looks like for your life. So I'm gonna have to like study my word a little more, but like that's the word I'm gonna go with this year.
That's great. Okay, rapid fire, y'all. Just keep going.
Okay, I'll share my word. My word for the year is nurture, which the definition of that is to care for and encourage the growth and development of. And so, like, and this kind of hits like so many facets of my life right now because like I'm about to be a first time mama, sort of, and where like I'm moving into a season where I really want to like nurture like my own relationship with the Lord a little bit more intentionally, as well as helping to nurture like my team because I have team now, which is super exciting, and just nurture like my customers and in their growth and development as they walk out a healthier lifestyle. So nurture is my word for the year.
I like it. Okay.
I'll go. Okay, so my word for 2018 is confidence. And I told this to Becca Thorpe, and she looked at me like wide-eyed, like, Alice, you have so much. But what this word to me means, well, it just keeps sticking out, but like that true, deep in your bones, decisive confidence that you're going to get things done that you say you're going to get done. And I was thinking about it. I feel like this past year, just after hitting NMD, my confidence got shaken a little bit, and I felt like I didn't know what to do next. And I'm glad about that now, because I see areas that I need to grow in, and I really do want to grow in my confidence, not just in myself, but in the Lord, and just what He's capable of. And it was really neat this Sunday. I felt like a stirring to look up Ephesians 3:12. I had no idea what Ephesians 3:12 said, but it was all about having confident hope, or being able to enter God's presence with confidence. Like, that's all it said. And I was like, okay, this is cool. So this year it's confidence.
I'll go next. So my word is valiant. And it honestly took a while for me to kind of decide on a word, because there were so many that came to mind. But the first thing when you hear, like, think of, I guess, when you hear valiant is, I guess, almost like warrior like. And that's kind of what I wanted to be, is, I wanted to be, bigger than myself, and really just get out of my comfort zone. And I know that the definition of valiant itself is, about being bold and courageous with determination. And that's everything that I want to be, because I have so much to share. And, I feel like if I can only be valiant and just claim that for the year, that I really think that everything will just fall into place.
Well, you are definitely a warrior, so I'm excited to see this play out.
Sorry, guys. I am still working on my word. This is why I haven't spoken up yet. I have a few that I'm kind of going back and forth on, so I'm not ready to commit verbally to one yet, but I'm still mulling on it.
Well, you just report back when you're ready.
I will.
Okay. Anybody else have their word to share?
I kind of do.
Okay.
Can you hear me? I'm on a new Bluetooth set, so I'm still figuring it out. So the one that keeps coming up to mind for me is actually just really, really simple, and it's just act or action. And I kept questioning, is that really going to be my word? Is that what my word needs to be? And it's like, yes, because I keep getting freaked out about doing things, and just the mindset of, oh, I can't do X, Y, Z because I'm just, for whatever really dumb reason. And it's like, no, you're going to act. You're going to do it because you can, because God made you to be able to do it. And that's just, act to action. That's what God put in my spirit.
Girl, that's a powerful word.
You're already living it out too, Allie. Way to take action and tell us your word. Good job, girl.
Anybody else?
I'll go. For me, something that's kind of been on my heart for the past few months. So when this challenge came about, I decided to think about it and pray about it, and it just continues to be a word for me, and especially my family, and what several challenges that we've been through and different things, but gratitude. No matter what challenges are thrown our way, the Lord always shows us something to be thankful for, even in the midst of a hardship. And so if you look it up, one of the things that gratitude says is it's like a magnet. The more grateful you are, the more you will receive to be grateful for. So, and it's also considered like the, let me find it. Gratitude in advance is the most powerful creative force in the universe. And I just really like that. And I felt like that was something for this year.
That's awesome. So powerful. Y'all, I feel like our call, it's like the calm before the storm. I'm like, every word that I hear, it's like, oh, it just makes me want to like pause for a minute. But I know that we're about to, set the world on fire. And I'm so excited to get to do it with you guys. And just am so pumped about all the things we have in store. Is that maybe Tiffany or Kaylee that jumped on? Sure.
Hey, it's Tiffany.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, it's Tiffany. Sorry.
That's
Hey.
okay. We were going over our one word for the year, and we're just finishing up, and you're welcome to share if you have one.
Yeah, I honestly feel out of the loop. I didn't know the homework, so I wasn't on the call last week. So
that's okay.
I just jumped off. I jumped off, and I was like, Alice, I don't have a word yet. I need to pray through this. I don't want to just say a word. So I don't have a word right now. I have a lot of words going through my head, but I don't want to just say one without really, praying through it. So I'll share next week, though, if that's okay.
No worries. Totally.
Sorry.
That is totally fine. No problem.
I have thought a little out of the loop. I think this is my first call in a couple weeks. So, yeah.
Well, we're all
sorry about that.
It's my first one in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You were totally fine.
This is Jade's first
Thanks,
one.
girly.
What did you say? First one
this year.
Yeah, it's my first one this year. Totally. Well, I will give you guys a little bit of a teaser, and if anyone else needs to go, let me know, and I'll pause, or you can go after I talk. This week we are going to be launching some really awesome stuff from our lock-in. So stay tuned. We are just so pumped, and just know that the things that, our lock-in started with Alice leading in some like amazing worship, and we had time to pray, and Crystal, God had given her this like some really cool scripture about where we were headed, and we just got to have such an amazing time. And I am just more confident than I've ever been that these words, that what we have to offer is going to help you guys as far as what these words, how they're going to impact your Juice Plus business, that we're going to help you be able to walk out life with infinite possibilities, have amazing things to be committed to, be intentional with your business, be determined, help you conquer things, help you have freedom, lots of opportunities. Our culture is so amazing, and it's going to give you opportunities to nurture. And I already see Alice's confidence just like rising, and we're going to do valiant things, and there's going to be lots of activity and lots of action. And because we're starting with gratitude, and we even kind of ended the year with gratitude with some of the exercises we did with the next level calls. I am just so excited about what we're going to be rolling out to just make things really simple and give you guys the tools that you need, without overtraining and feeling like we have to know everything, because we don't. We just have to have a really awesome system and go out and tell the world and invite. There's so many of you guys that last year that you weren't either on this call or you weren't at the place that you're at in your business or in your life, and we're just so excited about so many more people that are going to be on this call next year. Does anyone else have a word to share? And well, we have about 6 minutes left. I would love to hear some of y'all's biggest takeaways from the Pajama Regional.
I know some people on my team have things to say.
I have things to say. It was incredible. Liz and I, just such a good experience, and
Is it cutting out for anybody else?
Yeah, I think you're cutting out, Nikki.
Yeah, when you get to an area where your cell phone connection is to a better tower, please come back on. Becca Thorpe, you want to share? Some takeaways.
This time of the year is the best time to step the bleep up. And I loved my perception of that comment. And the guy actually did say the letter. He didn't say the word. But this is the best time of the year to step up. And like people are thinking about their health and they're thinking about their finances and they're thinking about these things. And he even talked about how he could put Juice Plus in his dog's neck and let it loose in the neighborhood and he could get buttload of orders, because people are thinking about it, right? And something that I know a few of people on my team so far have committed to is that what I thought was the 100-day grit, I later found out it was grid, but we're keeping it as grit because we're gritty. But yeah, just that all-out massive action for being very super intentional about it for 100 days. And I'm like, it worked for Katie Raby's team. It's going to work for mine. Like, let's do this dang thing. There were so many other things, but those were like the ones that are still reeling in my head. So anyway.
That's awesome. Yeah, I went to Trader Joe's and there were several, there's a ton of stuff that wasn't there. And I asked them, I was like, is Monday just like a bad day to come, like after the weekend? And they were like, no, it's all the New Year's resolution people that have come. And I'm like, got it. And so it just like reinforced like, y'all, it is time. People are ready. Yeah. It's really cool. And then I made my friend, I don't know if y'all heard on the Voxer, but I ran into a girl and totally made a new friend whose son was born at this, like her son and Aaron have the same birthday and were born at the same hospital within 20 minutes of one another. And we're friends and we're going to get together. It was like the coolest thing ever.
That's awesome. This has nothing to do with the Pajama Regional, but I'm having coffee tomorrow with a lady that sat behind us at an Own Your Life event who hadn't, she was just there eating, but I'm having coffee with her tomorrow. So y'all are everywhere. They're everywhere and they want what we have and they love us. So I'm going to shut up now.
It's good. Goggles. Tara's got her goggles.
You want me to share a little bit about that?
Mm-hmm.
So I love this because I'm always trying to stay laser focused, but like this lady gave this awesome analogy of, putting on your goggles. And she said, what top 3 outcomes do you want in 2018? And maybe that's something you guys can be thinking of. And she said, when you get those 3 locked in your head and you put on your goggles, you won't hear anything from everybody else. You won't hear anything. It'll just be your top 3 outcomes that you focus on. Nothing else can distract you from that. So I thought that was super cool.
It's a great question.
Put your goggles on. Put your goggles on.
Amen. Well, I'll share something a couple of things that I thought were really, really good. Was Linda Evenden. She just how can you even follow her? I felt bad for everybody who had to follow her basically because she was just so amazing. But she asked a really great question. She said, our brains are really high-powered computers and they'll give us answers to the questions we ask them, and you have to ask your brain better questions. So instead of, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not growing my team? How can I become more attractive? She said, the only thing that we have to do is be more attractive to people. And that's our only job. I was walking around thinking today, I was like, what kind of bait do I want to set? And I mean this in a really pure way, I'm going to bring people to health and financial freedom kind of way. How can I draw more people in? And so I love that. And, what questions are you asking your brain? Because you're going to get the best answers if you get the best questions going on in your head. And then the other thing that I loved was Lauren Slocum Lahab. She talked about vision boards, or she called them manifestation boards. And something that she said was,
being hungry for your future, it's like you have your friends telling you that you're going to go out to eat at this really nice restaurant. Like imagine, you know, a 5-course meal, and it's going to be like the finest foods and all Shred 10 friendly, but it's like so delicious, and everything's going to be fresh and you know, like mouth watering, like, and you're so hungry, like your stomach is churning. And that's the best feeling ever, is when you are so hungry for your meal, right? Like I love being hungry, and then I'm gonna get to eat. Like it's the best feeling ever. But she said you have to stay hungry for it, because so many times we'll find out that the food's going to be a little bit further away than what we're wanting, and we'll start eating a chip and then another chip, and then soon you're not hungry anymore. And so like what Tara was saying, having those top 3 outcomes will keep you so focused on how good that meal is going to taste that no chips will suffice. You will not reach for a chip. You're going to stay focused and have those goggles on. And then when the meal comes, it's going to be ready. And I've just been thinking about that so much, just staying focused on my future. And the best part was my daughter was watching this with us, and she turned to me and whispered, "You have to stay hungry." And I was like, okay. So yeah, and that's cool.
Out of the mouth of babes. Hello. Wow.
Yeah, and I want to stay hungry for her. Like it's all about, like, that's one of my biggest whys. And so her future is going to be a whole lot brighter if I stay hungry, right? And so
yeah. Well,
I'm pretty sure it was Lauren that she talked about vision plus action equals manifestation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we can do all the action, or we can do all the vision, but if we don't have them combined, the manifestation's not going to be there. Mm-hmm. So that was something, I'm glad you mentioned her, because that was something that really stuck out in my head about this weekend too. Sorry, Jade, I feel like I kind of cut you off.
No, girl, that's totally fine. I love it. It's so true. Well, just on the note of staying hungry, I just want us to really continue to focus on our why and what keeps us hungry about our future, because that is what is going to help us be successful in 2018. Because another thing that Linda said is that training is death to our business. And we want to give you some tools and help you know how to use those tools, but it doesn't take a crazy amount of training, or you don't have to know all this stuff. Because when you are connected to what's making you hungry, then you're going to figure out everything you need to know, because it's not that hard. The system should be like so simple that like a 10-year-old could do it. You just have to stay hungry and keep your eyes focused on your future. And that's what we want to help you guys do this year. So, and Tara put the quote, "Doubt takes us out of action, but action takes us back out of doubt," which is like so cool. So we just got to keep moving. I sent so many messages today that I didn't care who was responding. I just sent so many that I'm like, if you just keep moving, you don't even think about what's not happening. You just keep moving, and then the yeses keep coming and everything. So I'm pumped.
Totally.
Okay, guys. Well, way to go. 1-word challenge. I can't wait to hear the rest of y'all's. I wrote all of these down on a note on my phone. So I will keep remembering those, and maybe just be able to bring them up later on this year. And yeah, we'll be talking soon. Talk to y'all later. And congrats again, Carrie, on your 2,000 plus. Woohoo!
Yay! So proud,
guys.